coming out of them little water caves.
It's getting misty already and we haven't even fucking walked in yet. And shit. First overnight backpacking and shit. In a haunted location. Used to be a cave. As the mist pours out of the cave.
It's got to be an underground like river or something there. Underground water source for the mist to come through like that.
It is raining. And shit. So this will be an especially difficult first overnight for me.
Big challenge today is just going to be able to keeping our stuff dry, finding dry wood, getting camp set up before we go do any exploring.
Yeah.
Get the firewood in a position where it can start to dry or not get wetter when it comes down hard later. That's a pea plant.
A what?
Like pink, you know, like sweet peas. These flowers.
That's edible?
Yeah, they're sweet peas. It's not in season obviously, but see? Food. We can survive
shit.
on wild sweet peas here.
I don't think I would survive on just that.
Well, there'd be much larger and much more of them.
I would probably burn
in the
that
fall.
off while trying to harvest it. I would want a definite...
Yeah, sweet peas are a good fucking find. They're easy to spot. There's more right there.
I would want a heavily illustrated with perfect photography pictures of wild plants in it that we can eat.
But those are sweet peas. I know that for a fact.
All right.
Like, I swear to God, I wouldn't see more here. It's all over around
It
here.
only takes eating one wrong thing.
More.
It's going well so far. Yeah. Survival and shit.
There's a flash flood warning today.
Yeah.
So we're going to try not to drown out here. I want to take this.
Oh, I think that's too steep and muddy right there.
Might be. This one we're gonna.
Don't forget, it's been raining all day. Well, somebody brought a bed.
Yes, they did.
For easy fucking.
It's like a futon mattress.
Yeah. Lightning and thunder. Holy shit, see that deer?
What?
A deer just totally bolted right across the fucking trail over there.
I didn't know. I was busy looking at the ground.
What's that?
Food.
That was seriously a fucking deer.
Yeah. Was it a male or a female?
It looked female. It was bouncing and shit.
Did it have a rack?
No.
Okay, then it was probably a female.
Slowly.
He's right there, but just that's why I'm saying you need to get a good film. She's just checking us out. Now she's scared. She's not too scared because she's not running far.
Look at that. We're having a big adventure we haven't even fucking got in yet.
I don't know, spotting a deer is a big adventure. You
Yeah, it
can
was
see
a
him
pretty big adventure.
downtown Syracuse. Right time of year. There's a way around it.
We are encountering a flash flood. And shit.
The top of the haunted rock crusher at Split Rock. Again. That's where Scott climbed up yesterday and was terrified.
Are we gonna camp right over where the building that blew up?
I don't know.
Because that would be pretty cool. Yeah. I'm having a bit of a flashback right now. I will be really impressed if you get a fire going in this.
Remember you said that.
So will all of YouTube.
Remember you said that.
I don't even think you could do it with a Bic.
I will no longer be defeated. Weird. Thought that was berries for a second.
I brought berries to simulate natural food. Even though they were probably imported from another fucking country. Somebody
brought flowers up here trying to get laid.
Proposed and shit.
That's what I mean though. That's why I bought the trash bags. Like, you walk around, it's just like, especially in the cave too, there's fucking garbage everywhere.
No people give fucks here.
That I could have took us to get us down yesterday. Remember when I said I really started regretting not taking the short trail yesterday when Christy and started bitching?
Yeah.
This was the short trail. Little loose
Can I
rocks.
make it down without falling?
Yeah, this is get down without walking 4 miles.
We might have more flooding.
Yeah, we do. But we got another bathroom.
Well, my shoes are waterproof to a point.
Yeah. Well, there's stones we can walk across too.
This could go bad.
I'm still on stones all the way through here. And yeah, over here you're good. Piece of rebar right where I'm standing, I'll be careful not to catch your foot on it.
Yeah.
There's definitely rubble from buildings though. As you look at it, you can see, you know, you're standing on a chunk of brick under the stone. You got weird pieces of metal sticking out of the ground. It's definitely from the explosion.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I'm feeling good about this area.
Yeah. It ain't bad. We got some trees we can cut down, some smaller brush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just gotta be mindful of where we put tents.
I'd pick a spot like roundabout over in here or right about over in here, put the tent, move a couple stones out of the way, flatten some of this brush.
Looks a little too flat though to set up there. What do you think?
With the rain,
with the rain.
Yeah. But this right here where I'm setting up is higher than there and over there. Put a tent right here, tent right here. You know, and on top of it you already got these plants you can just kind of step like this and make kind of a softer ground for us to sleep on.
See a lot.
It's up to you. I don't think it's a bad spot. Not the best, but it's fucking raining. You know.
Yeah,
but also we got trees we can cut down.
I guess we can get her done. So it finally stopped raining, and we have chosen this area to be our camp. We set up the tent first while he's gathering wood so that we could, in case it starts raining again, put our packs inside the tent, keep everything that we need to keep dry. And now we're just working on the fire next, and that's going to be a challenge. We're not doing it with friction and shit because we suck at that. Right now it's all about getting wood and shit. How you doing over there?
Lumberjacking it.
So he's bringing trees over and I'm going to be sawing them with, assuming I didn't lose my saw, with my handy dandy saw, whatever the fuck I did with it. I'm so organized and shit, but I'll be using this. He's got a hatchet. So if you're ever backpacking with a partner, don't bring the same shit. Bring shit that works together in unison and something.
That's fucking teamwork!
And shit. All right, well, we've been at this for 2.5, almost 3 hours. We still don't have fire. We've been mainly gathering, chopping. He's been going out into the woods like Paul fucking Bunyan and like hacking huge trees down and bringing them down here, preferably pine trees and birch trees that have oil and shit in them, since it is wet as fuck. Been raining most of the day, finally stopped now. It did start raining once we started, and we got this kindling pile here that we tried to cover up with my umbrella that I used to protect the camera, and some garbage bags that we brought with us. Over here we processed some of the larger trees into smaller logs, all of which is soaking fucking wet, and I will be amazed if they burn. Over here we have birch leaves. I don't know if they have oil, but I think we established that last night, didn't we? That they will
ignite.
They will ignite. So that is a fuel source. Also over here we have pine that he brought a pine tree down. We processed it into some logs over there. And over here is all the branches off of it that I just spent quite a long time sawing off. And now we're about to build the platform that the coal bed will rest on. He's building it out of rocks to keep it elevated.
Keep it from the moisture on the ground.
Yeah, there's moisture on the ground. And then we're gonna build that same platform we already did at the fucking campsite that one night when we were trying to make a fire.
We made a fire that night.
Should we have like a gap in between the stones to let air flow?
That's a good idea. Spread them.
Like a little...
make it cross.
Crevice.
Fourth one.
Yeah.
We'll make it cross hole.
Airflow is important for fire and shit. We are losing sunlight, so there's that. We haven't encountered anybody else really over here. We're kind of away from the rock crusher thingy, which is just over there. So, and this might even be where the building blew up. What do you think?
A lot of rubble over here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. Maybe this is the actual.
So this might be the ground zero for the haunting. I mean, that doesn't look like mining. That looks like an explosion. It looks like TNT blew.
Yeah, that's much different than the other side. The limestone quarry was very smooth with cracks.
Yeah, this had to be close to the explosion, I'm thinking. And still, no paranormal activity and shit. But it is peaceful now. I will say that.
Well, that's because there's only 2 of us today.
Yeah, oh yeah, no vodka.
I'm kidding, Mike and Chrissy. We love you. You guys are missing out on all the fun. We could really use the help today.
Yeah, we could have made a bigger fire. Also, we have no fucking idea what to do if it starts pouring rain after we get the fire going. I think if it rains, the fire's over. I'm just gonna go in my tent and go to sleep.
Go night-night.
Yeah. We've opted to not explore tonight because we don't want to leave our shit unattended.
But we have time tomorrow.
But yeah, after we pack up, we can put our packs on and do some walking around a bit tomorrow during the day, which is, I think it's not going to rain tomorrow, so we'll see. The first item that I miss is when you're out here in the fucking wilderness, and I brought food with me because I plan on eating because I didn't eat yesterday or that much, is gloves or wipes to sanitize your hands so that you can eat. Because right now my hands are covered in bacteria, mold, fucking slime, piss, shit. I don't know, it's all covered with shit. And if I dig into my nuts and berries that I brought,
contaminate the whole bag.
And I'm gonna be on the shitter or in the hospital. So I gotta figure out how to eat without touching it. I think I'm gonna be doing a lot of just pouring into my mouth.
Now I knew it was gonna be really wet today, so I brought just like 2 pieces of newspaper balled up and a couple old bills.
Increase the airflow by spreading the stones out and building a wood platform underneath. All of the outside wood is soaked to the bone.
It will dry.
But as we put the drier stuff, aka the paper, in the middle, it catches fire, it dries out all of the small shit in here, then that catches fire, then that dries out the outside big shit, and then we have, in principle, fire.
And this cedar wood shavings with candle wax poured on it in a Dixie cup with a wick. And that's how we're gonna get this. Will go for about 10 minutes. We used this last night here too. So same principle, only we're using ridiculously wet wood here.
Yeah.
So here goes nothing. From this point on, if this goes out,
we're fucked.
We're fucked. My National Grid bill, fuck you. I pay way too much because my central air is always on high. Why don't you give me some of those pine?
Pine?
Over there,
Think
yeah.
the pine's better? So we get to see if the whole pine needle thing is a thing, even if it's alive.
Well, some of the littler branches have already caught fire.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's a good start. That's all we need. Hey, there you go. The pine broths for catching. Did you say the hatchet of happiness?
Yes, the hatchet of happiness and shit.
Changing my internet out.
Oh, almost hit my foot.
Don't do that.
Looks like it's struggling a little.
Yeah, but I just put more stuff on it too. So.
As long as we acknowledge paper is cheating.
Yeah, but I brought this out here on purpose, you know what I mean? Because I knew how wet it was. Like, being prepared isn't cheating.
Oh, alright.
And I didn't bring I brought like 4 or 5 pieces of junk mail, you know what I mean? And 2 crumbled up pieces of newspaper. That's not a lot.
After 3 hours of work, you too can have a camp in the middle of fucking nowhere.
In the middle of the rain.
Yeah, in the rain. Now, at first, I was going to be like, fuck it. You know, I looked outside, I'm like, it's pouring. And then I sent him a text. And he laughed at me in that don't be a pussy way. It said, fuck yeah, we're coming out here. So I sucked it up.
Sometimes you gotta motivate your buddies to do shit they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Chrissy was being very demotivating on the trail.
Yes.
In fact, I almost had to kill them all over a mutiny.
Yeah.
We were but, what, 50 yards from the rock crusher coming out of the woods when everybody had to stop and check. Nobody trusted me. I didn't fully trust me either, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you were lost as fuck.
No, I knew where the crusher
You were
was.
lost as fuck.
As I said, I knew where
You
it
were
was.
starting to question yourself.
Yeah, because Chrissy's mouth was flapping endlessly.
Well,
Swear
now
to God.
I might have to edit this out. She'll get butthurt.
Oh, no, don't you dare. Don't you dare edit it out. I told her this. I already told her this. I was like, you can't be like that when you're in the woods. Motivation
Is
you
a
know,
thing.
to kill people. It's like in that show that we were watching the other night, man.
Yeah.
Right? Those, you know, you let it get in your head and you fucking start to drive yourself crazy. And it's like some of them guys are leaving day 1, day 2.
Yep.
That's crazy.
We're talking about Alone. We
professionals.
started watching Alone, you know, to kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like doing this kind of thing.
We are much better men than most of the men on that show.
Yeah, we made it through day 1.
Yes, we did.
But now that we're here, the work is kind of done. We might have to chop more trees by the end of the night. But it's kind of cool now. It's kind of like chill.
It's like with anything, you got to work for that.
We just gotta build some seats around the fire, which will probably involve some rocks. While we were fucking around with shit, the fire went out. And now we are struggling to create fire again. We have no new candle, so we got overconfident, and now we're trying to get coals. I don't think we dried shit out enough to make it happen. We're getting a little flare.
Everything's fucking wet. Fucking hate this. Every time we start a fire, it's always wet. Why is that? Why do we always fucking start a fire when it's wet?
I think we went over earlier how we decided to do this regardless of the fact that it was raining.
Yes, we did.
It was kind of a unilateral decision. I think we're having our supernatural experience right now. This place said, fuck you and your fire. Right in your ass.
You could use the pack of index cards wrapped in plastic I bought. Because I'm not crazy. Seems like cheating, but I really want to fire tonight because I'm fucking soaking
cheating
wet.
if you packed it in.
No, it's not.
Because I didn't bring any of this shit. So I'd be fucked right now. I'd be looking at the smoldering pile of smoke and saying, oh, that means it's bedtime. And we were talking shit. We were like, look at them fuckers on alone. They don't know shit. Look at that, he kind of made a feather stick out of it. That's where we went wrong. We didn't
do our feather stick.
We're just gonna feed cards to it till it burns.
This really sucks. Like, why can't we survive?
I don't know. Please put in the comments why you think we can't survive.
Everything's wet, Scott.
Yeah. I have light at least, thanks to, the hell was his name? Dr. MGTOW, who sent me this very useful waterproof lantern that is brighter than the sun.
All that fucking work. Maybe we're snuffing it out. Maybe there's not enough oxygen.
Remember that thing earlier where you were saying that you shouldn't talk yourself out of shit?
I'm not. I'm just angry. I'm disappointed because we did a lot of work today, and I would really hate to see it fucking, you know, be a waste of fucking energy. I mean, I get it. Everything's wet.
It's a learning experience, though, too.
It'd be great if we can get a little bit of a fucking breeze, too. That'd be awesome. I wouldn't have to fucking do this.
We didn't pick the best spot for breezes.
But you might want to set that on a tripod or we might not have a fire tonight. Help me by breaking up some stuff small or get me some wood shavings or something.
Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off so that we can make fire. So after some emergency fire teamwork and just shoving as many very, very small twigs into the mix as we could, we finally got it going. And I guess the key to this, when it's wet out, is to keep feeding until the big logs catch. And that is currently our strategy to get
oxygen.
The fire going. And if you put a lot of big stuff on, you'll get what happened to us, which is the fire fucking says, fuck you, go home, we don't want you here.
I think we kind of choked it too, because
I don't care how much work you did.
I think we kind of choked it because we tried putting a bunch of pine broths on top to dry them out, and I think we kind of restricted the airflow.
You put your shirt in there?
No, I like this shirt. I don't care anybody that I know who doesn't like this shirt. I like this shirt. I'm sick of blowing on the fucking fire.
I'm going to stand back.
Don't laugh like that. Damn it. Yeah, more cards.
More cards. So the battle for fire continues. We have been feeding this thing non-stop for what feels like 5 hours. Well, probably was only 10 minutes. And we are a little frustrated. Nature's winning. I don't even know what time it is. No encounters of any kind. Nobody came over here. There's flashes of lightning. And I was hoping the rain was done. But the good news is we are winning.
We're winning. 3 minutes ago we were losing.
Yes.
Right now we're winning.
We are winning. I will guard the fire with my soul. And try not to die. We made fire. We relaxed. I ate nuts and berries. He's eating cheese and meat. There's a mist rolling in.
Maybe it doesn't get haunted here till midnight.
I know. That's what time it started to get creepy last night, wasn't it?
We left it at 10. 10 after 10.
Just sky is really creepy over there in infrared mode. There's that light again.
Or maybe it's Mars.
Or a planet.
Yeah, it's probably Mars, dude. 'Cause that's south, so
Yeah,
it wouldn't be the North Star.
That's the light I'm seeing. That's been intriguing me for 10 minutes. And I'm losing interest.
Unless it does like a zigzag in the sky right now. Come out here to see.
It's not zigzagging, I just can't fucking hold the camera straight. Yeah. So far, still peaceful though. I'm not getting creepy vibes at all. So, still not haunted. Hashtag still not fucking haunted. As many of you know, I started doing this kind of shit to, you know, soul search, get over a lot of shit, and to kind of declutter and de-stress my life, get over depression, get over anxiety, get over all the bullshit. And I never pictured anybody wanting to like come along and start doing this shit with me. But now I'm kind of seeing it in action. Of course, my camera's not seeing it in action right now because it's not fucking focused. As we sit here at this haunted area without ghosts, after struggling against nature to produce fire in wet weather. And succeeding, and now we're getting to enjoy the fruits of that labor, which is the calm, chilling in nature without any issues. So I'm going to ask Steve some questions here. So what made you, because you weren't really doing this stuff for a while, were you?
I used to do it. Me and some of my army buddies, we would go out into the Adirondacks and we'd do like a long hike. We'd camp overnight, then hike back out. Nothing, none of the fasting or anything like, you do, but we used to do it. But I haven't done it in almost 2 summers. Last summer, and I know you probably want to ask questions, but I think I know what we're getting at here. We discussed offline that, me and Scott discussed offline why I come out here and why I'm so excited about doing this kind of stuff. And I know that, some of you viewers out there are probably wondering why all of a sudden Scott's doing this survivalist shit, this going to haunted places shit, and doing all this other kind of different shit, as opposed to sitting there talking to you about health. And I think that it's time we lead up to it, that this is more about the mental health side. And full disclosure with me, I'm a retired Army sergeant. I do have PTSD. I was wounded in Afghanistan the last time I was there, and it put me out of the service. And then I come home. My family separates for reasons I'm not going to speak here because that person may see this and it could hurt their feelings. But basically I go from living the white picket fence dream, U.S. soldier, close to retirement, nice house, nice family, everything, to nothing, to pretty much trying to struggle to just get through the day mentally without, having suicidal ideations and alcoholism taking over my life for a while, and really just fucking trying to get by, which is difficult because, they train you to be a warrior and then they cut you loose and they don't really train you how to not be one, and it's hard for a lot of us to come home, and there's more of us out there than you think. We're not all the school shooter crazy types that you see or you think you see. It's not, PTSD isn't like that. Hi, I'm Steve, I have PTSD, you know what I mean? If I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't know. If you weren't an intimate friend of mine, you might not know, but I have problems right now with personal relationships definitely with females. I just can't hold a relationship to save my fucking life, and I just can't trust anybody either. And I have problems in public not being armed, you know, and it's not like the stuff you normally hear, you know, fireworks, you know, huge groups of people. I'm not really particularly fond of large groups of people, but I never really was. But, you know, part of me coming out here and doing this stuff is I'm not at home drinking. I'm not at home thinking about how shitty my life is turned out. And I'm feeling pretty fucking good about myself for the first time in a long time. More full disclosure, I checked myself into a mental institution through the VA hospital recently and only got back home a few weeks ago. And I left early. I didn't really stay like I should have. Well, of course I had plans, stuff I needed to do. You know, not prioritizing my own physical and mental health. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm out here because this is peaceful. You know, this feels good. And I'm learning something. You know, so I know you guys are used to seeing Scott talk about dieting, fasting, all the other health stuff. Well, this is part of it too. You know, like, you got to be a well-rounded person. You know, you could get up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, run 6 miles, and then lift weights for 2 hours. But if you get off work at 5 o'clock and you go eat fucking 6 chili cheese dogs, drink 20 beers, and sit in front of the TV the rest of the night, you're as bad off as anybody else who didn't get up early and work out. You know, you gotta balance yourself. And I guess that is the long answer to the short question you asked.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
And it's really how I started to deal with my failures as well. Like, I started out in Nova Scotia and I went on a hike by myself. Now, that's a new concept for a lot of people who are like, you know, hey, what are you going out there alone for? Well, when you're out here and it's quiet and all the noise is gone and you're not looking at your fucking phone and you're just surviving, and nature, you know, you have to deal with what nature throws at you. You have to deal, like today, we just battled this fire for fucking 3 hours. You know what we were thinking about the whole time we were battling this fire for 3 hours? We were thinking about we were battling the fucking fire for 3 hours. We weren't thinking about our problems, about our stress, you know, about, you know, our everyday lives. This is kind of an escape from that. It's like a second life you get to live, and it lasts as long as you're out here. And that's what it is for me. It really, I think this kind of nature therapy, which is a real thing, could help a lot of people, and that's why I wanted to share this on my channel. And, you know, along with being entertaining and exploring and doing all of that shit too, but that's all part of it, you know. Like yesterday, we were out having fun. There was some unhealthy shit going on in yesterday's video. But at the same time, we're giving a glimpse of this to people who are new to it, that are like, you know, Christy's doing keto, Mike's interested in doing keto, and that is really the kind of the first step. You can't like force anybody to be healthier or happier. You have to kind of just show them that it's better over there, and then they might wander over there on their own.
And I can't wait till they see this in the video either. I can't wait till they get to sit here and be like, wow, that's kind of what they were doing, you know what I mean? Like, because at first, I didn't really want Christy to come out. When it first got pitched to me,
yeah,
I kind of felt like she was invading my guy time.
Yeah.
You know? And then the more I thought about it, you know, I thought about how cool it would be for all of us to come out here and just have a good fucking time and screw the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And we had a good fucking time. I wish the other person that was supposed to come could have made it, hopefully next time.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if you noticed, I wasn't drinking during that. And, you know, even though you guys know I do drink the alcohols and shit now. But for me, I don't need it out here, really. I don't, you know, that's one of the things that we do back in the world when we're trying to escape our problems and our issues and our you know, everyday shit. We get fucking hammered. Out here, you're escaping it without doing that. for the most part. Now, I'm not saying it's not nice to kick back by the fire and tie one down. That is definitely a thing. But on stuff like this where I'm trying to survive and I'm trying to learn new shit and trying to, you know, really just kind of go at it with nature, so to speak, I kind of feel no need to do that stuff out here. Unless it's more, you know, just a pleasure camping trip in some fucking campsite place. But out in like remote places, or tonight we're stealth camping here pretty much. I mean, I don't know that we're allowed to camp here legally. And a lot of people come out here and party, and that's not what we're here for tonight. We're here to see if we're ready to do this in more remote locations, and we've pretty much figured out we weren't ready yet. It's stuff like that, and when you're concentrating on learning that kind of stuff, and you're out here and it's peaceful, and you hear like all the fucking crickets and shit, and you see like we've had some dry lightning going on here over in the background, and not a soul around, it seems. At least not yet, maybe later. Souls, like
that's not lost on me.
All kinds of souls and shit. And there's a little bit of intrigue and adventure in that element of it as well. And
on top of it, like, and I'm sorry to cut you off there, but on top of it, ever since we had this idea to come up here to Split Rock, which is a place I've been coming for years.
Yeah. Have you experienced it like this?
No. And I took the time to research it and actually learn shit. So even when, like, you know, because I do other things to make money. I'm retired, so I live off my pension, but I do other things to make money. And between those moments of doing things, I'd pull my phone out and I'd look up shit. And I didn't even know that there's another site about 1.5 miles away that's kind of connected to this place. It's a long tunnel that we intend on possibly doing another part to this series right here about Split Rock and going there, called Mushroom Cave.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned the history here, and you know, I could talk about Split Rock and everything that happened up here like I was a teacher in a class, and it kept me busy in those moments that I couldn't be out here. So even though I wasn't out here, I wasn't fully out back there.
You were preparing.
I almost said out there. I wasn't fully back there.
He was preparing. You spent your time researching, and that's what I do for my channel a lot. You know, I spend a lot of time researching, studying, learning new shit, and then sharing it with everybody. And that's kind of what this is. I know you guys might be thinking, some of you might be like, what the fuck? We didn't come here for this fucking shit. Why are you putting us through this bullshit? You know, and some of the videos don't perform as well. I'm aware of that. And I'm still doing the other shit, so don't panic. You know, I just did the Monsanto video, and then there's a grain video I'm going to do. But I want to do this too, and even if it doesn't do anything for me, even if the channel collapses because I step outside my fucking comfort zone or my box or whatever, this is helping me, you know, with my mental health and maintaining it. It's not like I need a lot of help in that department anymore, because I've, you know, pretty much been spending this last 4 years improving myself. But you know, you still got to maintain it, because there's so many ways that you could fuck it up. And I'm really glad that it's catching on, because I don't think you're the only one that's kind of like intrigued by this and wants to do it, you know?
I think I might be the only one who has the freedom to do it with the amount of time you do. But you know, Christy was definitely interested, and she did mention to me about possibly coming out overnight. I told her she should work on a few day hikes and no alcohol, you know, while we're out here next time.
Yeah.
You know, but just because, again, you know, you get farther away than we are from our vehicles, and injuries become a safety hazard.
Yeah.
And not just for the person that gets hurt, for the person attempting to get them out and get them safe. And we want to be safe as we can, which is why we're doing it like this. Trial and error.
Yeah.
Crawl, walk, run. We're not gonna go march the Appalachian Trail next weekend. It's not gonna happen.
No.
You know, I'm not gonna go scale Mount Marcy tomorrow. Yeah. Though we did practice a little yesterday.
Yeah, we saw how I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, but we'll get you there. And I think with you, I think you got a lot of self-doubt, which is something that, like, and I know you discussed with me that you also have, you know, your own mental issues. And what I see from hanging out with you is that you doubt yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Me, I have way too much confidence and it's good for me. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But 99% of the time, you just keep fucking walking and you'll come out of the fucking woods in 50 feet. You know what I mean? Or you just keep putting littler twigs on the fire and soon enough, the bigger ones will catch.
Yeah.
You just don't let yourself be talked out of surviving. And not just in the woods, but in life. Don't let yourself be talked out of it. And don't be the one to talk yourself out of it. And don't put yourself down. Let everybody else do that.
Touching on the confidence thing, I am confident in some areas. I am not confident in wilderness survival yet. But there will come a point where I will have the experience and knowledge to have that confidence. I'm also not confident in my physical ability because I'm not in shape. I don't train or anything. Shit. Smoking shit. And no, I'm not smoking. I'm inhaling smoke from the fire. You know, it's part of a learning process, and you should be a lifelong learner on whatever might mildly interest you. And I've been interested in this stuff for a while now, just much like everybody else that sits on their couch and watches Naked and Afraid and Alone. I've watched a ton of YouTubers that do this kind of stuff, and I'm like, I want to try and do it. And that's what I'm here doing. I'm not on here saying I'm the best fucking YouTube channel to watch for this shit. In fact, I think this is the best example of how not to do shit. I think we found a new niche. But you know, it's growing, and I want it to be a part of this channel, even if, you know, it's not as popular as the other shit. But who knows? Maybe you guys will start liking it more, or maybe more people who are looking for that will come and join us and learn how to be healthier in other ways, particularly with nutrition and lifestyle. You know, the reason I'm able to have the freedom to be out here as much as I am is because I became minimalist and I got out of corporate world, and I'm able to make money here on YouTube. I'm able to make money on Uber. I have a part-time job on top of that, and I do whatever comes up, client work for photography and whatever odd jobs. Sometimes people just want me to do something and they'll pay me. And I'm doing all of that without a pension or anything, or a retirement, which I think everybody is capable of doing if they're willing to sacrifice some comfort. And that's basically what I had to give up. I don't have a big house. I live in a little room on a pull-out couch. I sleep in my car a lot, and I'm out here. I'm gonna sleep in fucking ghost town fucking Split Rock and shit, you know, tonight. In fact, I've spent more time not sleeping in that room lately than being home. So there's that.
Cool. I think you should definitely do an actual video about mental health. I haven't watched all your videos. I've watched some.
I've done some on the nutritional aspects of it, and there is definitely a nutritional aspect. My depression's lessened significantly when I went keto and got off the standard American diet.
Yeah.
They became less severe. I always had these huge peak and valley thing going, and the valleys were like I couldn't get out of bed depressions, and the peaks were almost not quite bipolar manic, but definitely I was inappropriately energetic for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
And basically I've tested it out, and I went carnivore for 30 days, which cuts out all vegetables. And when I did that, you see right on keto, I still get the hills. You know, I get little dips that are kind of, you know, I feel like a little melancholy today or shit, you know, stuff like that. Not right now, I don't. But when I went carnivore, I flatlined. Yeah. Like, there was no peaks, no dips. It was just straight up. And there's a lot of reasons for that. There's the glyphosate thing. You know, our agriculture is fucked right now. There's hidden sugars, there's hidden carbs. If you eat out a lot, you're going to get fucked a lot. And just overcoming our really unhealthy food environment is a big thing. Also, the alcohol is a thing too, which I struggle with myself. So
it's like anything though, you know, because I'm in therapy for PTSD. You know, recent thing to go to therapy. It's not something I really like doing, you know.
Which is more effective, therapy or this?
Oh, this. But I can't do this every day. But I learned shit at therapy too. God, fucking smoke.
I learned shit. And the best thing that I learned with therapy is that I will never be cured from PTSD. I will always have it. I will only be able to learn different ways to manage it, as with anything. You know, an alcoholic is an alcoholic. I don't care if they haven't had a drink in 40 years. They're still an alcoholic, and they know the second they go for that bottle, they're going down the hill real fucking fast. You know, but knowing that, and knowing that there's no cure for these kinds of things, knowing that if you allow yourself to go down that path, you can stop yourself while you're at the top of the slide, you know, or you could sit on the slide and get ready to slide down and stop yourself because you have that knowledge.
Yeah.
You know? And that was important, definitely. 99% of anything you ever get in your life, you'll never be cured of. You'll never get over a broken heart, 100%. You know, I'll never get over my ex-wife. Not really. It gets easier every day, but you never really get over it. You know?
Well, you're still pretty fresh out of that, aren't you?
About a year.
Yeah.
A little bit over a year since we separated, but only about a few months since we stopped sleeping together and we finally called it quits.
So it'll be a while. I know that from my own past.
Yeah. One of my buddies said a month for every year. That's bullshit.
They say half the amount of years you were together.
Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. I want to be pushing 50 when I fucking get to look for my next wife. Because I like that life. I actually enjoyed being married. It was awesome. But I guess I was the only one who felt that way.
Seems to be a common thread nowadays. But I thought we should have just a little bit of philosophy and a little bit of self-improvement talk here, since that is why many of you are watching this. So more of that to come, because I think we're going to have a whole lot of personal growth as we do this. Not just for him, but for me as well. I'm learning new shit. I'm stepping up way outside my comfort zone in some areas. That's why when I was climbing that rock, I looked like a little bitch, because that was something I don't fucking do, you know? You know, it's not something in my wheelhouse. I'm really good in my wheelhouse, but when I step outside, it's the willingness to step outside, though. That's the thing. That's what I've been doing a lot for the past 4 years, is not doing the normal shit, not doing the mundane, not going working fucking 70 hours a week, coming home, playing fucking video games, watching TV, and going to sleep, getting drunk every fucking night. You know, those are all things I did that I don't do as much. You know, like I haven't played a video game in 2 weeks. I watch some shows, but mostly YouTube, mostly stuff to learn, not necessarily movies and TV shows. No TV shows really right now. And, you know, I do that stuff. I do go out and have my drinks occasionally. I do work in a bar, so that's going to happen. But a lot of what I've been doing lately has been gearing up for this. I watched tons of survival videos to learn shit, to figure out what we do wrong, our mistakes, and learn from them. And that's my personal growth on this, is learning something new that I'm not comfortable with yet. And once I'm comfortable with that, that doesn't end the journey. I'm going to learn more fucking shit. You know, who knows? Who knows where my interests will go as this evolves. He's already talking about dragging my ass out in the wintertime.
Oh, it's going to happen. And polar bear plunges,
which is way outside my comfort zone.
Look forward for polar bear plunges, because all last winter what I did, because I've done a bunch of different things to try to get myself out of this funk I've been in.
Yeah.
This last winter I did almost every New York State polar bear plunge for Special Olympics. And you're coming. If you want me to, I'm out here with you, we're doing your thing, you know. I've actually been keto since I went to bed last night. Since I stopped drinking beer. I woke up, I had 2 pepperoni omelets, and I've ate cheese and some salami.
Yeah, but you're not keto unless you commit.
I'm giving it a try.
Yeah.
I'm not really gonna try, because, you know, I'm gonna eat a bagel tomorrow probably.
Yeah.
But
I think you'll feel better if you do. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Like I said, you can't force anybody
Maybe
to be
I'll
keto.
go keto. Y'all keep watching for updates.
Yeah, it could happen. Can I convert? How many more can I convert? By the way, my mother's doing great on it. She lost a ton of weight, so she's still been strong. Hasn't cheated at all. So, and her diabetes is pretty much gone. So there's that.
Shit, if I can eat meat and cheese every night, I'm happy.
I want to stay up late enough to see if we get haunted.
How late is that?
I don't know. What's the witching hour?
Midnight. That's what they said in, God, what is that movie with the three witches when we were kids? The Disney movie.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't think Disney knows how to get haunted.
No, that was a good one, dude. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck.
I don't know.
You know, they sing the song, The Three Witches.
I don't know.
And now you're mine.
I watched Voltron.
Damn it.
Transformers.
Damn it.
Not Disney.
Maybe I wasn't as cool as you when I was a kid.
Yes.
Instantly, yes, you are correct.
You are right.
You were a loser.
I managed to get the fucking fire going again. Mr. Anderson survived too. Well, first overnight backpacking. Didn't get haunted, didn't get fucked with. Heard some dog howling in the middle of the night, that was about it. Overall, peaceful. My tent is a piece of shit. It had quite a bit of condensation in it. It started to cave in a bit. Like you can see how the roof's kind of bowed in and shit. So it was real tight fit. But looking at him in his tent right now, I think I was more comfortable.
No, I was loving life.
Like your tent is small and shit.
Oh, no way, dude.
How do you even stretch out in there?
Corner to corner.
But yeah, we are alive and kicking. I do need a new backpacking tent though, I think. I'm not looking forward to trying to wrap all that wet shit up, because it is wet inside and outside. So that concludes. We're all tore down. That's my backpack. He's putting his shit on. We got some trash bags with us. First we're gonna make sure our site that we camped at is good to go, and anywhere along the way where we see trash, we're gonna pick it up on the way out. Leave it how you would want it to be when you got there, and stop writing your fucking name on shit
And drawing dicks.
shit. And dicks
and
fucking
shit.
golden cocks everywhere. It's bullshit. Nobody cares about you enough that they need to see your name on fucking shit. All right, ran over. Don't fucking break fucking bottles all over the place. You're gonna injure some motherfucker. There's gonna be somebody out here that got fucked up one night, lost a shoe, was walking around in the dark with no shoe, and they're gonna get glass all up in their fucking ass. So don't break bottles. That's your public fucking service announcement. If you found this video educational, enlightening, or entertaining in any fucking way, please head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com, leave a tip in the virtual tip jar, or you can go to Patreon.com and do that shit every month. And that's Patreon.com/ScottTheTruckDriver. Shit's in the description, you know, with all the links to all of that. Also in the comments, let me know what you thought of our little PTSD talk about the camp in general, as far as camping in a haunted location that turned out to not be jack shit. Although we did hear pounding that we thought was coming from the crusher area. So maybe we had some ghost crusher action and shit. Which, by the way, I was a bad motherfucker. This motherfucker over here was sleeping. He was snoring. He didn't hear shit. I came out here, there was like nothing.
Oh, I heard shit. I heard you working, and I stayed in my fucking rack.
It was like fucking nothing. It was all like just a bed of ash.
I was waiting for you to get the coffee going, but you never did.
And I fucking, well, I got too lazy after. After 2 hours, I got the fire completely going.
We'll be hiking out to a very remote site to get some Dunkin' Donuts coffee in a little bit.
We're gonna forage for coffee on the way out. But I was kind of proud of myself that I took a pile of ash and turned it into fire with like no extra shit. I just stuffed shit and shit and put the pine needles in there. Pine needles, by the way, are a good accelerant. They're short-lived though. They'll like flare up and die, so you need some other shit to catch. But yeah, learning and shit. Please like and subscribe for more shit. And I'll make all kinds of shit. And we might even, he's made some shit while he was here.
Hey, if you would like to get the schematics for this field.
Oh yes, we both designed this shit last night.
What is this called?
This is called the Bench of Happiness.
No. What do they call it? Fucking whatever tech?
Bushcraft.
Bushcraft.
Yes.
It's
our first bushcraft item. We made a bench.
We'll have an exact design up soon.
Stone Age, uncomfortable as fuck bench. But it was more comfortable than just sitting on a rock. So it was like maybe a 5% increase in comfort. But it was worth it. And we've left it here so that the next person has a nice comfy bench. And maybe we'll come back here someday and there'll be just a circle of benches because we'll have inspired them to design their own chairs and shit.
Or maybe one day we
they were just lazy, they just put all that shit over there.
Maybe one day we could come up here, take all these stones and actually build a chair with a back and everything.
Chair.
Like with arms and stuff.
I was leaning towards doing the wood thing.
That's a lot of work.
Build a wooden chair with a back. Something with a back. That's what I missed. I didn't have a place to lean. It's probably why my back's a little painful today. So have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. I'm gonna go drink coffee because I haven't had my fucking coffee yet, and I'm a real prick when I don't have my fucking coffee.